Welcome to my kitchen. It is 6:30 in the morning. My husband just left for work and I am going to work on some sourdough. Let's get started. So when I do an overnight loaf, what I like to do the day before is I will get my starter out around 11 a.m. and I'll just let him sit on the counter to warm up. And then between noon and 1, I will feed him. And then just leave him sitting on the counter all day. And then after we get the supper dishes cleaned up, he is jiggly this morning. After I get my supper dishes cleaned up, I will mix up my bread, my shaggy dough, and then I'll let it sit for an hour and start my stretch and folds. So I'll start my stretch and folds depending, I try to get my bread mixed up between 6 and 7 p.m. So I start my stretch and fold depending on when I got it mixed up. I'll start my stretch and folds about 8. I'll do 3 to 4 sets of stretch and folds, usually a half hour in between. And then by 10 o'clock, he's ready to go in his bowl, be covered and sit overnight. So this has been sitting since about 10 o'clock last night. But it's beautiful here. I just want a the lightest dusting of flour. Not much at all. I don't want him sticking to my counter. This is a tea sieve. It works great for this. I just want the lightest dusting, not a whole lot. Beautiful release. You want to kind of pull your dough out and then fold it in. Everybody has a different method on how they fold their dough. I'm just gonna and then start pulling him in. Just putting tension on there. I'm working him down in. I'm just kind of, as I pull him back towards me and tuck under, just giving the ball tension. So then I'm going to take, you don't have to have a banneton. I've just got I don't even know what this is, Corningware, I think. It's an old glass bowl. I'm going to take my tea towel, dust it with flour. I actually need a little more flour in there. I didn't get much earlier. Just dust the inside of that towel with flour. Now I'm going to place this seam side up. Go down in here. And I'm just going to kind of pull those seams. Make sure they're all pinched together. Just like that. Alright, I'm going to cover him and I will let him sit for just a little while. About an hour. So I will let him sit for a half hour out on the counter and then I will put him in the fridge. When I put him in the fridge, I will get my oven turned on and ready to preheat, and I'll get my Dutch oven ready, get it in the oven preheating, at which point I will take Fred out, get him scored and ready to go in the Dutch oven. It's about 7:40. I placed my parchment paper down. I actually spritzed it with some oil. Now it's time. I just pulled Fred out of the refrigerator. Just trying to come unstitched here on the bottom. Getting cinch it tight enough. I'm just barely going to reshape him, just a little bit, not a whole lot. Let me move this out of the way here. I forgot to put my microphone on. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Now maybe you can hear me. Okay, I got Fred out of the... He's kind of coming open right there. So what I'm going to do, because I want a good contrast, so I'm going to take my little tea strainer sieve. I'm just going to get a little bit of cocoa powder. Just a little bit. Dust over the top. My paper keeps rolling up on me here, and I don't want that. Hold it down on the edge. Take my blade, and I'm going to give myself an ear. Now, while you're cutting, just cut with purpose. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you hesitate, then it won't open. Then go back and undercut that ear just a little bit. All right, let me get my Dutch oven out of the oven. I've got it preheated. My oven is preheated to 425 degrees, and I have my Dutch oven in there. Actually, let me wait just a second. I don't like my bread getting too brown on the bottom, and I need ice. Let me grab a little ice here. It helps if I have all my stuff together, but I don't always do that. Okay, let me grab my Dutch oven here. It's hot. Be careful so you don't burn yourself. Take the lid off. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of rice here. About this much rice, and I'm going to put it in the bottom of my Dutch oven. That will give my bread something to sit on, so that it's not just sitting on the bottom of the Dutch oven. I'm going to take 3 cubes of ice, put them down in there. And I'm going to take my bread here, and put it down inside of my pan. All right, now I'm going to place this in the oven, and I will bake for 25 minutes with the lid on. There. 25 minutes with the lid on, and then I will take the lid off and bake it for another 25 minutes. My timer just went off, so let me get this bread out real quick. All right. Oh, she's looking pretty. I'm gonna let this sit for just a minute, and then I will pull it out and show you guys. It's hot still. Okay, I'm just gonna. Look at that top. Okay, it's hot. I can't do that. I had an air bubble right here that popped, so it kind of messed up my design, but that is okay. We are going to let her cool for a little while before we cut into her. But she's got a nice, crispy, can you hear that? Looks delicious. Thanks for joining me today, and as always, happy baking.